joining us now is Mark McAfee. Mark, just take it away. Tell everybody what you're about. You're a good troublemaker from California. You hang around with about 450 really good troublemakers, I hear.
Well, I am creating a dangerous track record. Let's put it that way.
Oh, I like it already.
Down in California, we produce raw milk, certified organic.
Wait, what did you say?
Raw milk, roadkill milk.
And you'll
raw
say
milk.
that in public?
Absolutely.
Remember, you're in Canada
and
here, my friend.
Raw milk in California is 100% legal as long as you follow the rules, and we do. And so we're in 400 stores, 80,000 people every week drinking the milk.
And how many people are dying?
Nobody, zero. Nobodies.
Well, you're boring.
I know, I'm sorry.
Well,
Pasteurized milk's got 70 people that have died since 1972, and we've got a big fat zero.
Well, come on. Where's all the excitement and the hysteria around how unhealthy raw milk is and dangerous?
The most dangerous thing we are doing is threatening the profits of the greedy processors is what's happening. And we are disrupting the current paradigm which cheats farmers and consumers. Cheats the farmers out of money and cheats the consumers out of nutrition. And I'll tell you what, we have set a track record, 14 years at Organic Pastures Dairy in Fresno, where we've grown every year. Incredible feedback on Facebook, 11,000 followers on Facebook. People reporting their allergies going down, eczema going away, asthma being resolved, gut problems going away, all these wonderful things, less frequent colds, ear infections, all these immune system kinds of things.
But that means you're a health hazard to the
you.
system.
I'm dangerous to the paradigm that makes money on sick people. That's a roadkill quote.
You got her, and forever now. Okay, Mark, you've hit on things that are very near and dear to what we do at Roadkill, because we are trying to wake people up to how this is working. The world has shifted. Politics has shifted. Special interest groups, lobby groups, if people knew the pharmaceutical lobby effort that is daily pounding on their politician's door, sponsoring all kinds of conferences. Matter of fact, up here in Canada, I was recently told by one of the high-ups in the Conservative Party that he attended an event not too long ago. Every table had a representative from a pharmaceutical company sitting at it. And these are the decision makers.
They probably had short skirts, probably cute, probably had extra money, probably had a master's degree on how to seduce people. Is a whorehouse. The way the revolving door of the Food Inc. revolving door is corrupt and sick and killing people. It is killing people. We cannot rely on Western medicine anymore for chronic disease. Yeah, you get in a car wreck, great. Doctors are awesome. When it comes to Western medicine and chronic disease, it's a disaster. The way you fix that is build your immune system and eat whole unprocessed foods that are not GMO, not antibiotic treated, not pesticides, all that stuff that's natural from good earth, good farmers. That is not the food system we have. So we got to break this whole thing because it's going to ruin us if we're going to continue on this path.
But isn't this coming up to personal responsibility? I mean, we talk about up here in Canada our personal autonomy, our right to have access to healthy food.
Right.
But it goes beyond that. This is our personal responsibility to engage in the democratic process.
Correct.
If that will work. If it doesn't work, then we might have to think about other things. But I think this is where we're at the point. You cannot, here in BC, the irony to this, and I was laughing on the way here to this conference this morning because we announced yesterday a couple $1 million going in to help bring awareness to the fact that this generation of children are not going to live as long as their parents.
Right.
Hello? And what does
and they'll have diabetes in their lifetime, and they'll have asthma in their lifetime, and they'll have degraded immune systems and have a less vigorous life, energetic life.
Well, and more importantly, my 4 children that were all raised on raw milk and good farm, wholesome, played in the dirt and all those kinds of things, probably even ran around barefoot in the barn, and now my 8 grandchildren, they're going to be paying for all these people because up here in Canada, well, of course, about our healthcare system because you embraced it down there now. Silly people. Our healthy grandkids are going to be paying the bills of all the people who could have postponed or not involved themselves in illness had the nutrition in their life.
Sustainable medicine is preventative medicine, which is nutrition and personal responsibility and the ability to make those choices. If you're denied the choice, how are you supposed to be personally responsible for your food choices? How are you supposed to eat unprocessed whole foods if you can't get to them?
Well, but
access is so critical.
You know, I think we have a bigger problem here in Canada, though, is that I don't think people even have the public consciousness. I think we're getting there. I think we're getting there. But they rather believe Mother Government knows what's best for them.
And not so much sometimes.
Well,
not so much
we're
sometimes.
Changing. Well,
things are starting to evolve then, huh?
Yeah, well, let's hope. I mean, I'm impressed by the turnout at this conference.
I am totally blown away that we had representatives here that are representing the dairy industry and the health industry. It's phenomenal.
And that was a real, and for the purposes of this interview, David Ito was here.
Yes.
He is the chief executive.
And I had a nice 20-minute conversation with him. It was really good.
And he's agreed to be interviewed on Roadkill Radio.
Wonderful.
So
wonderful.
The dialogue is opening.
And that is so critical. Without dialogue, you cannot building. And this is great to see that dialogue happening. And it really happened profoundly today.
Okay, now where do you see things down in California happening? I mean, your dairy products are in high demand.
They're in high demand.
You're in different states for some of your products?
We cannot take raw milk across state lines. It's prohibited by the FDA.
What about
only
cheese?
In the state. We can take cheese across state lines, but our butter, our cream, our milk, our kefirs cannot go across state lines.
So you are restricted to California.
But we got 36 million people that are dying to drink it.
Hungry people.
And that's enough. We want, our goal is to set a track record which is undeniable about food safety and happiness and healthiness with the people in California. And that will be emulated and seen as a reference point. You can point to it and say, we're doing it right, we're doing it well. And then people can emulate that in other states. There are other states doing a good job. Pennsylvania's doing a good job. Washington State's doing a good job, and other states too. But it's not common throughout the entire United States. There's only 9 states that allow the legal sale of raw milk. 20 states you can buy it on the farm, and 20 states it's completely illegal, approximately. So the bottom line is we want to set a irrefutable track record beyond reproach that, in fact, when you do a good job of producing raw milk, it is absolutely safe, and you can point to it, and that's our goal there.
Okay, now I know from your speech, and that was wonderful, the information that you gave. You go far and beyond your personal interest of just running your dairy. You really work to
This is a karma thing to me. This is humanity. You know, I got plenty of money. This is about humanity. This is about next generation, about a better world for all of us, better world for our next kids. I'm 51 years old. I got another 40 years to live, whatever. But I want to make a difference. And my paycheck's not going to change. I'm worried about that. This is about making a better world for the next generation. I spent 17 years as a certified paramedic, and I ran 15,000 paramedic calls. And I saw a lot of really sick people.
I bet you did.
And I tell you what, I'm very, very happy to be participating in a role now in life. I can dedicate the last part of my life, the rest of my life, towards prevention of all those sicknesses we saw in the first part of my life. And I saw the underbelly of humanity on those 15,000 paramedic calls, mostly diabetic, short of breath, seizures, addictive issues, obesity, you name it, emphysema. And you know, it's all personal choices, it's lifestyle, it's nutrition-based, it's bad advice from doctors, or no advice from doctors. We could do better than that. Yeah. We need to do better than that. We can't afford the alternative, which is massive amounts of money on drugs. It's ridiculous.
Isn't that the irony? We can be as logical and practical sitting here, but the reality is going to hit when isn't California already bankrupt?
Yeah.
You know,
how are they supposed to afford to take care of all of our sick people? They don't have any money. They don't have any money.
But, you know, isn't that the sad reality?
It's very sad.
Yeah. Okay, so above and beyond your farm, and your family's all involved in this.
My wife, my daughter, my son.
But you also lobby hard. You are working with the politicians. Where would you like to see the raw milk issue go in California? What would be...
It's already going there.
Yeah.
We've seen... 2 years ago, there was literally a war on cow share operations. There were 500 cow share operations throughout the state of California that came out of the woodwork and protested and said, wait a minute, the family cow should be sacred, leave it alone. And there was a working group established with the Secretary of Agriculture, Karen Ross. I became a part of that. Everybody joined in on it, 40 people from industry, from everywhere, health department directors, everybody showed up. And it's like, this is too big for us to handle. Let's just set up some guidelines and hands off. And so now in California, there's a peace treaty. They don't raid small farms anymore and say you can't do raw milk. You can sell it to your neighbor. You can sell it as long as you do some basic, simple stuff. And so I see this evolution happening quickly, where people recognize that don't mess with my food, and the state doesn't have the energy to fight it, so they're just saying, hey, we'll work with you best we can and leave you alone. And I think that's a great evolution in its own right.
But you've also set the standards for your industry, the niche within your industry, because you want to see raw milk do good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you go to extraordinary lengths to have your cows tested, to continually provide the science that's supporting.
The state sets the standard. Once a month they test. I test 10 times a day. I don't want surprises. And we also set the right kind of conditions so that those tests come out right. You can test all you want and have bad results. I'm talking about testing good results and having consistently coming out the same way all the time. We have a really good grass to glass safety program where the conditions are right. The employees are treated properly. We incentivize for low bacteria counts to our workers. They're making good money, best money anybody around. And the same thing in our creamery. And the entire program is based on the employees, based on the cows, based on the conditions, based on sustainable farming that takes the human component and values it. So this is good for everybody. It's good for the country. It's good for the consumer. It's good for the cow. It's good for the earth. Good for the farmer. It's good.
This is good.
It's good.
It's good. And where can people all get this good news?
It's actually not good for the processors, and I could care less.
Well,
so that's just my personal feeling. So go jump off a cliff before that.
You have a website, sir.
We do. Organicpastures.com, and you can't miss going to the rawmilkinstitute.org. Rawmilkinstitute.org. Great video there. You can see the results of the testing and the food safety plans of many different dairymen that are following kind of the standards we put together internationally. And it's not just my standards, but a consortium of people that put together that program.
Good stuff.
All right.
Mark McAfee.
It's a pleasure.
The Fresh Milk Food Politics Conference was an enormous success. Not only did it bring people from all over the country together, but it opened the door of dialogue for all stakeholders. The Fresh Milk Food Politics Conference facilitated a stellar panel of speakers that were effective in the crucial role of providing information and education to attendees. Most importantly, the Fresh Milk Food Politics Conference equipped concerned and informed citizens with the essential tools necessary to engage in the debate and bring about the needed changes that are vital to the health of all Canadians. None of this would have been possible without the generous support of our sponsors. Therefore, it is with sincere appreciation and gratitude that we acknowledge those who made this important event possible.